Okay, pause. So I wanted to buy these cool RGB lights to make the intro a little bit more pretty. But my stupid little human brain didn't realize that the camera lens and the LEDs don't mix well together. So until I find the fix for the LEDs, they will go straight in the trash. I mean not in the trash, but you get it. I've recently bought an Oculus coffee maker. Are you stupid? That's not a coffee maker, it's the Rift S. Yes, it's the same Rift that should cost around $400. Well, my country said, oh yeah, should we sell the headset at a decent price? Oh god no, screw that, and they came to a whopping 800 goddamn freaking dollars. Anyway, so after like 100 hours of intensive testing and gaming on it, I can finally say that the Oculus Rift S is goddamn boring. What? You expected me to say that it's cool? Maybe it is cool. But I need something to drive the video forward, you see, so I'm saying that the Oculus headset is very boring for now. I mean, what can you even do with it? Play thousands of hours of Beat Saber because the game is so immersive and fun that sleep isn't a priority anymore? Your muscles scream for help, but you can't hear them because the only thing you can hear is the fire and flames blasting through your headphones at 151 decibels? Am I even hitting anything? I mean, yes, maybe you can do that and maybe you'll enjoy it. But I was really starting to feel good recently, and this whole staying at home thing is giving me the perfect opportunity to make myself suffer again. And I mean, I have a lot of free time now.
What the fuck?
Okay then, let's spin the wheel of bad decisions. Oh well, look at that. It's the lamest of the bad ideas. Good, we are making a game in VR now. But I have no idea what the game should be about. What even is a game? What defines a game? I mean, this is a game. This is a game too. And this one. Okay, so games are based on an idea. Yeah, that's it. Well, I have my brain. I hope it's still out there somewhere. I'm sure I can come up with a good idea for a game too. So I started googling ideas for games, and although I found some pretty neat concepts, I somehow ended up on the BuzzFeed website. Oh, what's this? 32 video games you have to play before you die. I'm very not curious, but I must click it. Which Ariana Grande are you? We know how old you are mentally based on... Can we guess your current age and birth month? Can I verify this 2020? Very curious. Ariana Grande. What's the problem with my age?
How did the time pass so fast? Okay. At least now I know that my spirit animal is a red panda and that David Grandman was killed by a falling cactus.
But that's not important. I finally found the perfect idea for the game. There are some pretty important questions I ask myself before working on the game. Like, how will I name the project? What coding language will I use? And how can someone get killed by a falling cactus? No, not that one. What superpowers will I use? There are a lot of superpowers out there, at least 6. How will I be able to pick the best ones? So again, I found myself lurking on this website looking at the best superpowers of all time. And I found this piece of junk. Flying? Really? Flying? Why don't you lay on your back for a couple of seconds and look at the sky? Oh, look at me, I'm a stupid bird. Oh yes, and there's also the fact that flying in VR is not the best experience ever. Oh my god, this is actually pretty fun.
Oh gee!
But I found 4 really cool superpowers for my game. One to pull enemies closer, one to push them away, one to, well, rip their bodies in half, and of course one to make them explode into a million pieces. Okay, let's open up Unity and create a project and give it a name. Okay, perfect, this is easy. I was so wrong. And done, I've set Unity up for VR. I mean, setting Unity up for VR is the easiest thing ever. You just need to install Unity, buy an Oculus headset, and Google how to set up Unity for VR, and you're done. Life is beautiful here, but again, boring and depressing. Just look at this. It's like someone put Zdzisław Beksiński to draw a skybox. And okay, if you don't know who Zdzisław Beksiński is, he's the author behind these beautiful paintings. Funny, happy, motivational paintings. You can really feel the passion in each one of them. This guy is dancing. Look at this happy tree. These people are even throwing a party. Okay, let me change the ambience a bit. Done. Much better. We have colored cubes now. But everything is too happy and too peaceful now. We need something else. Something that I can use my superpowers on. We need an enemy. A creature of doom and despair. A creature from the deepest and darkest circles of hell. Yeah. It's not human, it's green. And from what I know, humans are not green. It's scary, I guess. Oh god. Okay, this is the alien. It has low intelligence, it's slow, it can hurt you, it doesn't do much. And that's why they should be eliminated. Every single one of them. Wow, it really doesn't do much. Time for a coding break. And done. You should see him in action now.
I swear I placed him, what?
Okay, ignore that. Now it should work. So, what's going on, you wonder? You are curious, you wonder, you want to know what? Well, I'll tell you. This is the alien. This is the player. The alien has a radius around him. If the player is outside the detection radius, the alien will do nothing. But if the player is inside the zone, then the alien will first check if it is on the ground. In other words, if a ray cast down will hit something or not. If it doesn't do this check, well, it will just fly to the map. And believe me, I don't want to mess with flying aliens. And then, if it is on the ground, it will try to chase the player. Again, in other words, the alien will look at the player and start going forward. I know, rocket science. We have the alien, so now we need the superpowers. I will start with the second superpower. Again, another coding break! So, I have this cone stuck to my hand. I keep track of every object that enters and leaves the cone. And now, if I record myself pretending that I'm punching someone, maybe a person who listens to rock music, I'm just saying, and I play the clip in a lower frame rate, you can see that the distance between my hand in the last frame and the frame I was throwing the punch in is greater than any other distance. So that's pretty much how I'm detecting the punch. So if I set a threshold and say that every distance calculated that passes the threshold means a punch, I can call a function that applies a force to every object that's inside the cone. Oh yes, I've also created a menu and some particles, but I've only spent like 5 hours on them, so I won't talk about that. But yeah, everything works, I did it, it works, everything works, it works fine. Oh god, now that's what I call fun. Can you do this in real life? No, I don't think you can. But I can do it in VR, in my game, the game that I built. Okay, done. What? You thought that I'll manage to do every single superpower in one video? Well, I'm sorry.